talk about hand lettering. I do a good amount of work in this space. We're gonna kind of break this up because there's a lot to talk about. Today we're gonna focus on the materials. There's one thing you should know, and once you basically have your alphabet down, you can kind of move in between all of these materials pretty seamlessly. I'm gonna go into all of these in more detail and how to do them, but this is kind of an intro video to show you all what each looks like, and then you can pick which one you want to do yourself. So this tool is kind of one of my favorite Crayola markers, no kidding. The big ones, the fat ones that you buy for, you know, your kids going to school, those work great too. Obviously these are cheap, they come in every color, so this is an awesome tool for hand lettering. Combo pens are an excellent go-to. They come in pretty much every color imaginable, so that's helpful. But they have two tips on them. So one is similar, it's more of a marker tip or a brush tip. It's solid though, so there's no bristles. And then the second end is just your basic marker tip. So for touch-ups or for a thinner type or even just for more print, this is a great tool. Here's what that looks like. So let's start with this Japanese brush pen. I buy this on Amazon. It has kind of this, it literally is like a paintbrush tip on it. So it gives you more of kind of a grungy look. Here, let me show you. Another fun go-to is Sharpie Brush Pens. This is not your typical Sharpie. It has a similar tip to the Tombow I just showed you. So it's a thicker tip, and then it's very flexible. So it gives you the variance of thick and thin, which is important with hand lettering. Let me show you this one. Alright, so true calligraphy, this is what you would use for that. There's two kinds. There's more of a flat pen, which would just look like that. I prefer this. Some say it's for more advanced people. I disagree. I think it's just preference. And then this insert at the end is nib. So there's several different versions of that. When we go into the actual calligraphy video, I'll get into some more details. Again, preference and style is important here, but that's your calligraphy pen. You use an ink pot for this, and I'll show you what that looks like. favorites is just watercolor lettering. So watercolors, you know, water paintbrush. This is what I have found the most luck with. It's a zero brush. You can buy this anywhere at any craft store, and zero is important. It's very thin. The other thing, let's see if I can get close enough for this. Come on, camera, focus. There you go. So you can see here how the bristles are kind of coming out. That's bad news because it leaves other marks around your lettering. So unfortunately, this brush has probably seen its last day. So here's what watercolor lettering looks like. So there's kind of an overview of all the materials and how they look. As you can see, it's all kind of the same technique, but every single tool provides a different visual. So just to give you a background on how I learned and how I started, I definitely started with my calligraphy nib. I think that is the hardest and the most unforgiving. Later on in my career, I learned watercolor lettering. I think that's the most forgiving because water almost acts as an eraser. And then of course, markers, once you put them on the page, they're there. So try them all, have fun. And of course, the #1 rule is don't be too hard on yourself. And this is really just supposed to be fun. So enjoy, take a couple hours and get out your markers, and I'll see you next time.